Welcome back to Cheddar, everyone. Joining us now is Craig Walker. He's CEO of Dialpad, a business communications provider whose mission is to kill the desk phone. Dialpad is launching the world's first free business phone system. All right, let's talk about this because when you have a long history in essentially changing the way that people talk on the phone. You were the founder of Grand Central. Sold that eventually became Google Voice. Google bought that. You had another company called Dialpad before this. But these days, 2017, we all have mobile phones that have unlimited calling anyway. So why does and a lot of people use that for work, why does the work phone have to be reinvented?
Well, that's exactly the problem. People go to work and the company gives them a PBX or this desk phone that they have no idea how to, like their business phone systems.
Okay.
So you go to a big company, you sit down your first day of work, and there's this Cisco desk phone sitting on your desk, or Polycom or something, and no one uses it. It costs the company an arm and a leg. Everyone just pulls their own cell phone out of their pocket because that's the product they want to use. They've already chosen it. So what we do is we build all the functionality of that company phone system of like press 1 for sales, 2 for support. So you still have your business identity, but it reaches you where you want to be reached. On your cell phone, on your laptop, on your tablet. It'll even ring your desk phone if you want to have a desk phone. But our view is the desk phone should be killed. There's no reason to have this $600, $700 piece of hardware sitting on your desk when you have a phone in your pocket. So it's how do you make your existing personal cell phone really become your business number?
And for that reason too, I think we've seen so many startups shift their attention in terms of conference calls as well. This has hindered them because they've shifted their attention to having some more of those web-based approaches where you can have an online provider then dial you directly in or go solely through that web experience. I mean, how much is this really holding back startups in terms of the costs?
Yeah, so if you think every startup at one point is a small business, right? And like when we started this company, we used our cell phones. We didn't have a phone system. But when you realize, you put your phone number on a credit application, you put it on your bank statement, you put it on you start recruiting people, or you put a press release out. It's not super professional to have that be your personal cell phone number. It just isn't. So it's good to have a business identity. It's good to have a business phone system. And for small businesses that are just going to stay small businesses, like the pool cleaner or the garden supplier, whatever it is, it's kind of nice for them to be able to have now with Dialpad Free, like the full-blown business phone system, even if it's just ringing them on their cell phones in the back end.
What does this look like, Craig? I mean, look, we all have, if we think about our office, a lot of people have iPhones, a lot of people have Android phones. Some people are really enjoying the new Pixel phone, by the way. Some people have that at the office. You got it too?
Yeah.
All right, so.
Fast.
That wasn't even planned out.
Yeah.
All right. So what does this look like in terms of iOS and Android compatibility, Mac, PC compatibility? How does it all work together?
Yeah, it works. So basically, it works on any device. So whether it's a Mac, whether it's Windows, whether it's a Chromebook, whether it's iPhone, whether it's Android, whether it's an iPad, we really don't care. And we even have a browser version so you can use in Chrome anywhere. But basically, you set it up, or you port your phone number in. So your business number doesn't change, and then you set it up. Someone calls, and you can set it, press 1 for sales, 2 for support, 3 for the dial by name directory, 4 for directions, whatever you want to do. It's just a really clean web interface for you to control your business. But then the end user, let's say you call me, it's going to ring my laptop, it's going to ring my mobile phone. I actually have an iPhone as well, so it rings them both, and then I just grab whichever one's most convenient.
So what does that sound like in terms of sound quality, call quality? Because one issue that I still have with a product like Google Voice is that, or even a product that I use to, like a kind of a phantom phone number type thing that can give to telemarketers.
Yeah.
They call it and there's like a big delay with talking.
Yeah, well, there's a problem with that service then, because it's not at all anymore. Like the internet and the protocols, and we use WebRTC, which is like the latest and greatest voice engine out there. Like Motorola's a client of ours, Uber's a client of ours, WeWork's a client of ours. These are big enterprise phone systems, so they're the quality, you can't tell the difference. In fact, it's probably a lot better than the traditional telephony because it uses a much wider codec, so you get a richer sound on it.
And so for some of those larger enterprises, do the phone costs really matter at the end of the day?
Oh yeah, so here's the problem for the big business. So think of Motorola, 20,000 employees in 20 countries around the world. right? So they have different phone systems or had different phone systems in each one of those offices, cost them millions and millions of dollars a year, and then the employees themselves just weren't using it that much because they were using their cell phones.
Right.
So we lower their cost, increase their productivity, and increase their employee happiness too.
Well, in terms of what you guys announced today, the big news that you're essentially doing a free phone system for startups. How do you plan to make money that way?
Yeah, so I love the freemium product. In fact, Google Voice was always free. Grand Central was always free. We got acquired before we started charging for it. But our first product on the enterprise side was Uber Conference by Dialpad. So it's a conference calling service with no pins, and we give you a URL so you can see who's on the call. That's freemium, but we're converting almost 10% of those to paid. Same thing that we think we'll do here.
So what's free, what's paid?
Oh yeah, on Uber Conference, you get up to 10 people on a call versus 100. You get a common number versus a dedicated number. A couple things that are a little different. On Dialpad Free, you can have up to 5 employees. You get the full company phone system. They can record calls, you can transfer calls, you can have all these, however you want to set it up, unlimited voicemail. Our view is that companies are going to grow beyond 5. Our view is it's also going to give us a lot of users and a lot of awareness and build the brand, and that's always a good thing. And then at the end of the day, even if they don't ever convert to a paid product, that's great too. We want to have a lot of happy users out there.
I mean, with so much advancement in voice assistants over this past year and translating and transcripting what's being spoken out, is this going to make voicemail that much easier as well?
Yeah, I think, so one of the things on our paid product, because it actually costs to transcribe it to text, but we transcribe every voicemail to text. I think what we'll see really interesting stuff in 2018 is how you start bringing in artificial intelligence into a call, being able to do things like real-time transcription, being able to do things like real-time coaching to a sales rep. Say he's in a tough conversation or the guy's talking about your competitors, what can the system suggest to the rep to say? I think there's going to be a lot of really cool innovations around that, so really excited for that.
You mentioned Cisco. Who are the other incumbents that you're trying to displace? And that's part of the question. I have to ask this as a two-part question because I'm only allowed to ask one more question. And what's going to stop them from just replicating what you're doing? What technology do you have that builds that moat around your business?
Yeah, so we built this at Google. We built this at Grand Central. Like this is our third modern voice platform. And now we have literally 5 years of developing this. It would be a standing start for Cisco to all of a sudden, or anyone all of a sudden to say, I'm going to go build an exact replica of that. It's completely software based. The nice thing is for your IT department, you're not managing hardware, you're not managing servers, you're not paying for expensive phones. And then every Monday when employees come into work, we give you a new version of the app, they hit update, and then they just get a better product every single week.
But so many IT teams would also have to worry about then whitelisting this, correct, too? If it's a larger organization and there's the transcription being offered, they're then afraid from an information security perspective, how do we keep that esoteric to the company?
Yeah, so we build all sorts of granular controls for IT and for these admins. They can set their retention policies, they can set whether they want the transcription or not, they can set when they want to delete voicemails or text messaging. So it's really, we put all the control in their hands to set whatever policies they want.
All right, Craig, we're going to have to leave it there.
All right.
Thanks so much for joining us on Cheddar today.
Hey, I got some Dialpad socks for you, man.
Oh, yes. Craig wins on the day.
Never say no to socks. That's Craig Walker, CEO of Dialpad, joining us live on Cheddar and bringing us some early Christmas presents with socks.
Can I put these on now? All right, coming up.